Hi guys, today on the blog I'm talking about depression. If you've ever been through depression, you know that sometimes it can just feel like a living hell. I'm just going to be honest with you, it can. I've been there. I've been in the darkness, I've been in the hopelessness, that place where you're not sure if life will ever be better. And yet I also know that there are those around you that are trying to love you, that want to love you through it. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today on the blog, was how do you love somebody who's going through depression? Because it can be one of the hardest things to do because they're not always receptive. Maybe there's pushback or whatever, because one of those symptoms of depression is that, you know, there's this desire to just run away, to hide, to get away. It's kind of that flight and fight response, and this need to just disappear down a hole, if you would. And so it's hard to love somebody that doesn't want to be around anybody, but yet that's what they need the most, is to be in relationship, because God has created us to be in relationship. And so as I've been thinking about this, about how do we love those that are going through depression, I asked God, I said, God, how do we do that? Give me a picture of what that looks like. And this is what he showed me that I had outlined in a post. And so I'm bringing my daughter in here, and she's going to help me illustrate this. You know, if my daughter came and said, Mom, I've got a cut on my arm, and so, you know, I'm going to be a good mom, and I'm going to say, oh, okay, we're going to get that bandaged up, we're going to make sure it's okay, we don't want it open to the air, and so we're going to put a bandage on it, and we're going to just keep checking this every day, and we're going to take the care and the bandage and bandage it up. It doesn't mean it won't hurt, that doesn't take time to heal, but we're going to give it the time and attention it needs. And it's the same way that when we're loving somebody through depression, often our response, because they're pushing back, is to just leave them alone. Well, if they want to be alone, fine, I'm going to leave them alone. But what they actually need is for you to come around them, to just love on them, to be that bandage and just love them. And so it's wrapping them in relationship, in loving them where they are, no matter what they're going through, until a time that that bandage can come off a little bit more, and a little bit more freedom. Thank you, sweetheart. You can take that. And so it's the same way with those that we love. We need to be able to come around them and wrap them in relationship, and to love them where they are at that time. Doesn't mean we don't have boundaries or that we let them walk all over us, but we come and wrap our arms around them and just love them, you know, because it's a deep wound in the soul. It's a place that they are just needing relationship. And we need to ask God to help us to know how it is to love them unconditionally, because our humanness is to love conditionally, is to have grace and mercy conditionally, because we're human. So we need God's mighty grace and mighty, just his showing us how to love people unconditionally, especially in this place of depression. So I just want to encourage you that if you're going through depression, let people love you. And if you're trying to love that person that's in depression right now, just keep loving them. Keep loving them through everything that they're going through. Call them, send a message, just check in on them. Doesn't mean you have to fix it. It's not about fixing it, it's just about loving them where they're at. Have a blessed day, guys, and next week we're going to talk a little bit more about how to love people through their depression.